in this life we're fighting for? Is it for fame, financial gain, or just pain? The sky starts low. Cause every fairy tale starts to change up when the good times come. It could I be real, could I be fake? Reality tough, but you still need love. And I know I hurt you, but how you gonna do me like that? How you gonna do me like that now, baby? Why you gonna do me like that? We came so far. How you gonna do me like that? Cause I hurt you and you do me right back. We came so far, but I guess love hurts sometimes. It just don't work sometimes. I know love hurts sometimes, but that's fine. That it hurts sometimes. It just don't work sometimes. I know love hurts sometimes, and it's fine. Yeah, we could do anything for love. Anything for love. Yeah, we could do anything for love. Anything for love, yeah, we could do anything for love. People do anything for love, yeah, like me, anything.
You can take it from the physical aspect to it.
Yeah.
Chemicals in your brain too.
Yeah. I feel like we had a guy doctor. Yeah, we back.
So Preedy, here what? Before we go to the break, you were saying, well, what if everything you try, you hit a rock stone? Here what? No matter what position you're in, you always have to understand that you have a modicum of responsibility in that particular situation.
Alright, so here what? Let me reiterate what I said. So, guys, we know the live was sticking. We are on the bigger better network. Let me don't get into who it is. We don't know how to right, so let's see. I don't block the squad. Yeah. And today's segment, we are talking about two things. Depression, and we're basically talking about depression when you're in the core of depression, when you're in the thick of it and you're not sure what to do. And we are talking about trusting the process, and both goes hand in hand. And what I would like Aloy to do is basically, I mentioned, it have sometimes where you're just going through the space in your life where you want to buy like a witch praying on me,
Yeah,
right?
boy. I was going through that same thing.
And
It's not a study about somebody praying on you.
everything you do, you could never. You wake up in the morning, you pray, but as you don't say amen, you bounce your toe.
Yeah.
Hot cup of tea fall on you. You wake up, cannot starting. When you reach to work, your boss is stressing you, and you can't see your way at all.
Yeah, facts.
It has, and that in itself does bring on a depression. How do you deal with that when every single moment of your existence you feel like you have to constantly fight for happiness?
Right. And like I was saying, and I understand where you're coming from, every single person, no matter how depressed or sorry for yourself you are at that given time, and no matter how much you project out there and thinking somebody did something to you, some unseen hand did something to you, you have a modicum of responsibility. A lot of times things like that happen because there's something with it.
Sorry to cut, yeah? Where's modicum?
Modicum or a better responsibility that you have some part of a responsibility, right?
And you was I didn't have
Yeah, see,
all right, Preedy. All right,
listen.
all right, Preedy.
Listen, if you want
my apology.
If you want
my
to pull
apology.
out my thesaurus, it is in the cup.
All right, brother.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
So every time, no one is
So
good.
don't do that,
I
don't do that.
want to learn something.
All right. Okay. All right. So you have a responsibility because a lot of times, let me tell you what happened. A lot of times, sometimes the more you pray, the harder things get. The more sincere you drop on your knees and you cry blood, the harder things get. You know what is the reason for that? A lot of times, brethren, there are things within you that you need to change. You hear what?
That's true.
There are things within you need to change. And let me tell you something. The God in you is talking to you. You have to know, recoil, you press the reset button, start looking into yourself and pray a little more. Pray even harder. What is it that I am doing wrong here? Don't be blaming people. Let me just give you an example. If you, let's say, you walk in your house one night, smells like, for instance, that front door, right?
Yeah.
Somebody come very easy at night.
Yeah.
Dig a big hole right in front of that door.
Yeah.
Deep hole. bigger hole. No, you are accustomed walking out there concrete, no problem. You walk out there, boom, you're dropping this hole. Are you gonna stay in that hole and cry and mope because you didn't do it and you didn't deserve it, or you gonna try to get out?
I gonna stay in that hole and cuss hell high waters and waking up everybody. Everybody had to get up. Everybody had to get up.
With him! And that's the problem. That's the problem. All that energy there that you wasting to wake up everybody, you could try to get out from that hole. You understand me? And at the end of the day, I'm not negating people's poor action. I'm not saying that somebody ain't supposed to be doing that kind of stuff to you. What I'm saying is that you need to get out from that hole, right? You need, because staying in that hole is your responsibility. Staying in that hole is your choice. You need to get out from that hole and make things happen. And then in that way, trust me, you as an individual starting to grow. You start experiencing things about yourself that you didn't realize there. And listen, I said this too all the time. Everything that we say transcends, right? And it connects, because it's the same thing in relationship, right? No, I'm not straying from the conversation. What I'm saying is that a lot of times you cannot sit down and boast about your relationship if it's never been tested. Yeah, you can't boast about no relationship with a woman if you've never been tested. If it hasn't been rocked to the core, you can't boast about nothing. You need to stay quiet.
True.
So what I'm saying is that we always have a bit of responsibility for the situation we're in, and no matter how sorry we are or how sorry we feel for ourselves, we need to get up and stop blaming other people and things for where we are in life.
Real.
Period.
Yeah, man.
So
I big up Teddy John on the life too, you know.
Teddy! Is he seen my G? Teddy is a very enlightened individual also, you know.
Teddy, you gotta come and bring that energy together, you know. As African people, we need to fuse that stuff together.
And I know one has when two ball
when two ball clash together.
Genius,
What do you mean?
Genius, you know. Like when I write a tell all
Yeah, me. Big up to Teddy, though.
Yeah, man,
Blessings,
shout
man.
out Teddy
Yeah,
one
man.
time, big up yourself.
Man, big up Leah too. Leah always present. Queen
Yo, big up Leah, big up
Leah,
Leah.
Queen Mama, much love.
Blessings,
Queen.
Hey, big up Queen Mama. Big up
Queen Mama.
Making
Queen
sure we
Mama.
up live and we running.
And listen, or you could go and find me on Instagram, second opinion 868.
Yeah, make sure and check
Go
him
ahead.
out. He is new to Instagram.
New
And when I
Instagram,
say new,
I did, yeah.
like literally,
Real new, literally
1
new.
month. 1 month on Instagram.
Probably less than that, yeah.
Yeah.
But somewhere around that,
Yeah,
yeah.
on Facebook.
Nah, I close on Facebook.
Nah, Lord.
Let me tell you what. I'm telling you. Let me tell you the reason. Let me
when somebody
let me tell you what
Child
was the
support?
reason. No, it had nothing to do with that. Even if that was the case, it's a good reason to
Yeah,
close on
but case in
Facebook.
Guyana.
I have no case nowhere. But what I'm saying, I have no case nowhere. But what I'm saying is, let me just explain something to you guys. If you are not, and listen, I want all you people out there to hear this. Social media has to be used in a very intelligent manner. Because if you do not understand what's going on in your life and you always on social media, it will own you. And when it owns you, you are going to go down a ditch that you can't even fathom when you go down in that ditch. So be careful when you go on social media. If it's not something that you can learn from, be careful, because social media will own you.
So, let me get into our next question now as I bring up the social media point.
Yeah.
Social media tends, and I'm not sure if anybody went through this, but I've had a lot of conversations where people start to judge themselves based on what they see on social media.
Big mistake.
They start to judge their life based on what they see.
How much likes they get, how much comments.
Big mistake.
How much likes, how much comments, who share it. You know, it reach a stage where, you know, that is what makes you feel good now. And we are no longer sharing, because I feel like when social networks started off, it was to bring us together closer, you know, to connect and help you meet people and share ideas and these things, and now it started to get like a kind of popularity contest. And I want to say, because, you know, man, an artist, but it definitely has, it has higher something, like, and I just say something, once you wake up in the morning, you say your prayers, and you go in the bathroom and you sit on the toilet, boom, you're in the matrix.
And some people don't even say no prayers, straight there. Straight there. It could own you.
Yeah. That is the
You know, it could own you.
And be a contributor to depression.
Yeah.
Because if you're feeling like you're getting that life
And they,
Exactly.
As artists,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you might
Ooh,
feel like you're not
listen.
feeling like you're not doing enough now.
Listen, all the, everybody will comment. See when I drop music, or they make sure I like my thing.
Please.
Make sure. No, but on our real, we start to judge ourselves based on
Of course.
another post or another person post. It's the same thing whereas you're watching certain love situations and expecting everybody to have a perfect relationship now.
Yeah.
You know? And
It's
I feel like
fantasies.
yeah,
Fantasy
yeah.
world.
And
We
I
live in
feel
a
like
fantasy world.
we foregoing the real life, looking to social media for happiness. And when we see the standard that social media on and look at real life, we just be like, wait,
Yeah,
but
no
I
example.
can't do this, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And
So
You
you
know?
yourself down.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
take any pressure.
Yeah.
I just always say, every time I'm in a situation where I start to doubt myself,
Yeah.
go to send a person. Like I doing something at work with moms and just, dropping some stuff, moving the rubbish outside and
Yeah.
just saw a guy passing, pull up at the side of the road, Preedy, you got legend.
So now
I
you
think
feel
that day I
good.
wasn't thinking, I wasn't feeling like a legend.
Like
And I don't know he from knowing, but I appreciate that.
Of course.
And I feel like because of we have so much distraction, so much TV screens, so much things that you can get. We just call it boy. Oh gosh, when you're getting pleasure immediately, instant gratification.
Yeah.
There's so much things that gives you instant gratification. It's like a drug.
True.
When you're in it, the minute you take the drug, everything is good, everything
Correct.
copacetic,
Yeah.
you get feeling good. But when it wear off now, that is when you start to
That is
feel
my point.
the
Yeah.
effects of it now.
True.
So it's definitely a situation where it's not to say social media is something we had over 50, 60 years
Yeah.
to have ways to deal with it. But as we learning and we growing, it's definitely something that we had to understand. Too much of anything in it.
And Preedy, as you're saying that, right? I am sure every single person that locked onto this live now or later could relate to this.
But
Every single one of us would say to ourselves, look, don't you find the week going by fast? Don't you find the month going by fast? Don't you find the years going by fast? It wasn't like that long time, especially if you're at a certain age. You'll say, how come the day finishing so quick? How come the month finishing so quick? You'll hear what happened. It's the same time. The point is, too many distractions. No. Some people will go on social media and be there for 4 hours and think you're there, you just went there. It absorbs so much of you. And this is what I'm saying, you have to be very careful that it does not own you. And there are a whole bunch of other things could be done. Social media could be used in a very beneficial way. I'm not knocking social media, right? It could help you in a
you can't knock
beneficial
social
way.
media on my social media.
Well, I
I don't go on your social media.
I know that Preedy because you will lock my neck. But if you lock my neck, yeah. But we have to be careful. Like I was saying before, we have to be careful that it doesn't really own us, and that's the reason why many people could relate to the fact that look, you didn't find the week done real quick. The week fly, the weekend fly. What happened is that you were too absorbed in too many distractions, and you didn't pay attention to the time, and that's really what happened. It's the same as long time. You cannot show,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you see-
that's just what it
this
is.
here right here, so you see this one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right here. That is it. That, but I living in it,
Mm-hmm.
just now. Oh, John Sauce. And I do a little professional like it. Yeah. I'll hear you later. Yeah, I got it.
John Sauce.
And you've bought a time.
Alright, no problem. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So,
And you know when certain people call, they have to answer. So, in terms of that, it goes back to we sometimes the standard that we set for ourselves is no way close to where we life at now. I remember when I was like 15 and I tell him, man, if I don't make it in 3 years, I done. He laugh at me. I didn't understand why he was laughing at me. I take it as a disrespect. But I understand now that I did not make it in 3 years because I just said I would make it in 3 years. I had no plan. I had nothing set up to ensure that I would have made it at 3 years. At that point, it was wishful thinking. And the wishful thinking was enough for me to eventually make it. But I didn't have the backup to put it in place. So after I tried one, didn't get through, 2 times, didn't get through, I give up. I remember calling, some artists, certain artists, and I was like, yo, I could roll it here for the season and thing, and I was like, nah. Nah.
Direct now again?
Just nah. Just nah.
Whole like that.
Not my excuse. And I ain't holding it against anybody.
Which artist?
It's funny. You see, that's why.
Oh, so names.
Don't bacchanal, brother. Don't bacchanal. No, that's
What started? What started?
Not me. As I said,
no way.
nah, yeah.
It was in a depression too.
It's cold.
Well, listen, rejection at any level.
It's in, yeah.
It's in a depression. Rejection at any level, and that's what the thing is. Rejection at any level, and especially when it's something that you believe that this is who you're supposed to be doing, it can destroy you, and that is where it comes down to trusting the process.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. So
Yeah.
if rejection send you into a depression, it should send you right back out to positivity.
Well, that the thing, me and oh Pablo, the Pabzy, big up yourself, bro. We were saying that while the life was off, the life after depression, let's be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Life after it, because when you understand that,
If you learn it.
yeah, if you trust the process,
Yeah.
if you realize that this is just part of the process, failure is just part of the success plan. Failure is just a lesson, and I feel like now it has been hard for me to take on that. You see that saying too, failure is a lesson. When you in the
When you in the fire.
when you know fail, when you in the failure saying down,
Yeah.
failure now leave your lips. You don't want to hear it. This is a lesson. There is no lesson to be learned, and there is sometimes it makes sense to be still.
But Preedy, let me tell you something. If you believe in yourself, failure would be juice for you. You see, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have doubts,
Yeah.
because that's a healthy part of you moving forward. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is that if you believe in who you are and what you want to do, you will know that is just, the failure is just a setup for a comeback. It's a temporary interruption. It stops you a little bit so that you can rethink some of the things that you're doing. And even when you go back again, you get an next no. You get an next no. You still have to believe in who you are and go forward. That's what successful people does. And I remember one time somebody asked me, well, what's your definition of success? And my only thing was, success is how well you handle failure. You know what I mean? And success would mean different things for different people. You can be a successful housewife, you can be a successful farmer. It means different things for different people.
have different barriers and
Correct.
how they feel it.
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to get to is sometimes certain things happen for a reason, and sometimes everything happens for a reason.
Everything.
Yeah, facts. What goes around comes around.
Everything.
Karma, the whole energy
Yeah.
vibes. And at this stage, everything that we was getting from the world before COVID, we ain't getting it again. And we're not sure if we will get it again. Hopefully with the vaccines, it will eventually get back to that stage. But for now, we're not in that place where we could just be free. I'm a soca artist. My career is based upon seeing faces and gyrating races and people in the crowd and
Happiness,
there's happiness, there's
vibes.
good vibes. You leaving home to enjoy yourself. That is what my whole aura is built off of. Now that we do have that, is literally a rebuilding stage or a rebuilding phase or a altering stage of my life, my artistry, to now see whatever content I could bring forth that will spark the interest of you, my fans, you, my viewers, you, my listeners. And before, I was a little despondent because I wasn't sure. And now at this stage, I'm getting back there to the stage where it's time to kind of now forget about the inhibitions, you know. Just show yourself out there, and I feel like plenty of us holding ourselves back because of irrational fears.
True.
Things in my mind that we think might happen, but the crystal ball is cloudy, you know.
Preedy? No, I loving that. Seriously, I loving that, Red. I think you don't understand, bro. What you just said there, that's just wisdom. Amen to that. We don't understand that fear is a serious poison.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that create a serious impediment for the human element. Fear. And what do you fear? I tell you, it's a serious thing. And what do you fear? You fear the unknown. You don't even know. You just fear because of the outside noise.
So
because
fear is an emotion then?
well, of course it is.
Right.
It is. I think it certainly is. And more than that, it comes like a big stone too, because it comes like a big stone or iron gate that has no lock that you behind and trying to figure out how you should get out. When the truth and the fact is, all you have to do. And when I say this, let me just clarify. Let me unpack it. You stand up behind this iron gate. The iron gate is not locked. It appears to be locked. And you stand up right there, and you just don't want to open this iron gate because it looks so intimidating. And all you have to do is just walk there and turn the knob and walk through. Right. That's what fear does. That fear keeps you in this. I can't even find the word to define what I want to say. But fear is one of the worst human elements you could find. Period. You have so many talented people. You have so many gifted people that just wouldn't make it because of fear. We have so many good people out there because of the mistakes that we would have made in life, because of self-sabotaging decisions you would have made in life. You allow fear to keep you back because of those things. We gotta cut those barriers and do what we need to do. You know what I mean? And this is why.
You're cutting them barriers.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't mind because I could unpack it. Let me just explain that again to you. You cut those fear here. What you do? Most of the times you are fear because of the clip you are on and the advice they will give you. They short off. Why me and no, you sure you want to do that? But that self doubt is you are not believing in who you are. You don't believe in your craft. You don't believe in your dharma. So you don't want to go out and grab it. So as soon as somebody says something minuscule to you, you know what I mean? You take that to heart. Well, you know, maybe that person talking the truth. No, they ain't talking no truth. They're just noise. So those are the barriers. You cut. First of all, you cut your circles short, right? You cannot be walking up a hill with load. You hear me? You constantly sliding and thinking that is a great way to be. Or you cannot just go and swim upstream. Yeah. That is not the deal. That ain't the deal. You know, if you go and swim up, we're trying to prove. We're trying to prove the ego stuff. My thing is that fear comes from the outside noise of the clip that you are around. If those same person would have said something negative to you, something positive to you, something encouraging, it will make you want to give you the impetus to go forward. So you gotta cut some of the people out.
Yeah, but if there are plenty of people that honestly they just rolling solo, you know, they don't have plenty of people around them.
And those are going to be successful people. Most of those people will be successful. Once there's a dharma, once there's a craft they believe in, once there's something that they believe in, they'll be successful.
Well, my thing is, boy, I'm Preedy, boy. Fear, we doesn't be born with fear.
Nah.
At all.
So it's like,
at all, bro.
I just try to figure out where that emotion is just come from, man. As you know,
you really trying to figure that out?
Yeah, no,
really?
as you know, say it's a clip. It's the people who are wrong. That is a country. I believe that is part of it.
Of course. From parents to the people who influence you. It's
Yeah.
what they're saying to you. Well,
Yeah.
if you notice a little child, you have a little 2-year-old child that's loaded with energy, be running full speed from one edge to an edge and pull a brakes, and you will go, oh, be careful they fall off. And the moment you said that child start having some problem and they might fall. But if you leave that child alone to run back and forth, I am telling you, in most cases, nothing will happen to that child. They don't see fear. We don't see fear. We all were born geniuses. Every single human being was born geniuses. Life de-geniuses us. Right? And that is the dream.
Looking at it for now. The genius. He don't produce.
He does produce.
No, but definitely definitely in terms of, like for me, mental. Like I just be the hardest on myself mentally. Like I do.
That's a good thing.
I just normally say I don't have yes men, because I just every situation they could think to fight me, I probably done play that factor through in my head.
Right.
The problem just be when you fester on, when you sit down and marinate on it, like that is set in stone and like is the truth.
Right.
And that is something that, because of the circle that we in, when you realize that there isn't somebody that has done it before, so you can't get a short advice.
Right.
That is what it's make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you see, if my father was like,
Exactly.
boy or something, so
And that's a fundamental
I'd be
disconnect.
skipping on the players.
Yeah, exactly.
But at this stage, it's very difficult for me to say that, but it's very difficult because it's happening. I'm living in it. I gonna make it nonetheless.
That's right.
Make it.
That's
No
right.
choice about it.
And that's the spirit.
Yeah. So
That's the spirit.
But for the days that they're feeling like, should I finish that degree? What you gonna do? And for me, my process in dealing with that is first off reaching out to somebody in my team that we normally have these conversations, because you can't talk to everybody in your squad. It's at the limers, it's at the trickers, it's at the kickers. But you had to have one individual that all you could have that level of mature conversation with now. And I normally either reach out to that person, and depending on how good it is, sometimes they reach out and they check on it and ask you how you're going, and they give you that opportunity for you to express how you're feeling. And I normally reach out to that person, tell them what is the issue, and I don't expect them to give me the answer. Only make me feel better or more relieved that or remind me that, bro, we've been here, we've dealt with the situation, we came from nothing to this point, and we are skilled enough to go back to nothing 3-4 times and come back to this point. And that is the only thing that we just forget with success. We get so comfortable being either on top or in a proper place in our life that we forget how comfortable we were at square one when we was nothing, how good we was. And for me, that is something that, especially in this time, that is what we're holding on to. And because of that, I still pushing forward. I believe that sooner or later the place going to open back up,
And that will happen.
and we need music.
Absolutely.
And every time we finish this session, me and Millbeatz just hold a vibe. And tonight I definitely want to get a sample of something that we working on. Seeing that you guys have stuck with us so much, giving us so much energy.
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
So
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. Why doing here is why just do one here and you go together. That's a beautiful thing. Take the compliment now. What happened to you, shy? Take the compliment now, dog.
It's not shy.
It's no what? It's pie.
Nah.
If I get into the soft emotions, it's happening.
Yeah.
Into the
You
soft
cry?
emotions.
I'm good. Nah.
You know the Dread Socks.
Yeah,
I don't know the
nice.
T silent, but Dread Socks made a very salient point.
Which is?
Which is not coming there, man.
Fear is often a case of perception. How you view the potential negative outcomes of a situation. How you view the potential outcome of a situation. Adjust your opinion of what may happen by assigning positives to even the worst outcome. And that is basically
Point, man.
positive thinking, always putting yourself in that position. Sometimes you could be in a position where what the worst happen.
Yeah, true.
What are you gonna do in that situation?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are you going to do in a situation when the worst is happening? And for me, I have been big brother. I feel like I was just adulting, since I was in school. I had to look after my little sister, bro. And at some point, you don't want to be an adult. I fed up adulting. I just want to chill. And what do you do in that position? Do you just do what you want to do, or do you focus on do what you have to do so you already could get back to doing what you want to do? So maybe it's running instrumental now.
Yeah, no. What happened? Dread Socks deserve that kind of, you hear me? Like point. I love that. I love that kind of energy there, and I love that. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
That is what's up.
And I definitely thankful for everybody that came out, you know.
Through the season.
Yeah. We came out, we did it. We stuck it out, we did it. How long we did it for? A month and a half, 2 months?
About 6 weeks. This is about the fifth. The sixth.
6 weeks. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
this is-
yeah.
If anybody keeping track or you can let me know. Thank you guys. This is something that I feel like a lot of people dread because it's not as popular as just, you know, living,
Right.
having fun, drinking, and you know, a part of me was like, boy, maybe we should just come here and just do some shots.
We are thing there, no,
And
they
then
are
talk,
talking.
finally, let me end the way we start.
Yeah.
Right? We gonna have days, we gonna do our device Tuesday, we go wild out on the Tuesday, but at this stage, I feel like, for me, I have fought with consistency as an artist in terms of not only music, but understanding what I want to be.
Yeah.
Most artists jump into doing music for people and not sure if this is the music that they want to
Right.
do long term now.
Mhm.
And your point of view on music changes after a period of time. But I needed to be comfortable with me being an artist that I just love to try. I just like to experiment. I just like to do different things. And at this stage, I want to invite any creative, any artist to start to open up yourself. I feel like that is where we had to get at. I am by no means perfect. And I never came on this platform that we created here to tell anyone how to live. Simply share stories.
Yeah, but
Pretty. Keep going, man. Keep going. Keep
Easy
getting
congregation, easy congregation.
Yeah, keep-
Well, let me make sure I put something in the
in the offering box, please. Keep going, Preedy. Come on.
I never came on this platform to tell anybody how to live. Simply, we reason, you know, and get to connect with my fan base, which I feel we did. I'm happy that we did it. I'm ready to get back to the stage where I feel we could pull out some bangers. It's not gonna be one. We're gonna pull as much as Millbeatz allows us to pull.
Creative man.
big up Drew. Drew says shots.
Hey, Drew.
So Drew like
Hey,
yeah,
also,
yeah.
also, as I see Drew mention, I want to talk about the growth and personal growth that we all experience from the first lockdown, because we will never be the same people, the same person that I was
Correct.
in the first lockdown.
Point.
The friends that, well, at least to me, the friends that dissed me, or the friends that I felt like I had to let go in the first lockdown, we will never get back to that stage. You know what we
Growing stage.
yeah, it's a growing stage, and it's not that it's a negative, but it's simply we had our time, and now at this stage, the part that you on and the part that I on, it make it sense. And it's simple as that. Is and I want to shout out to my whole team vibes, love all them. I'm thankful for all the new people that came into my life, and I'm thankful for all the lessons I learned from the people that were a part and are now no longer a part. And that's just how the thing is go. You know, we have to survive this. We have to make it.
Correct.
I didn't come from building 2 apartment 239 Flamingo Boulevard, Maloney Gardens, to Maloney School to finally be an artist, to fly and tour the world, to know, to know.
Let's give up and take a
Give
dive.
up, boy. Give
And
up.
take a
boy.
dive.
Nah, we can't afford to do that at this stage.
Yeah.
We can't afford to do that at this stage.
Not at all.
We had a, and listen, it had times that every morning I waking up positive. Listen, sometimes you need to smile even when your teeth not clean.
True.
Ladies, finish
Nah,
shopping.
true.
I'm gonna say it's shopping is
I
alive.
know chopping this one. That is facing the real. I know chopping this. You need to sit down. That is the truth. We need.
I can find the sense in
everything, and that is the truth. Smile, find a good smile, even if it ain't real. Because let me tell you something.
True.
I tell you know many times that does encourage you. You don't realize how powerful you are. You know, you can't accept compliment. I tell you something. And even outside, you know, even outside of the line, I give the man a compliment. Oh, I like boy. I like boy. What? I mean, because listen,
So like your father, them one.
I tell them, man. Tell them that.
Six to pass, boy.
No,
Now
because
sense you making here.
no. We need to smile even if the teeth isn't clean. Because let me tell you something.
I find a serious too. It's
Yeah,
smiling
I don't get a smile.
I've been smiling periodically, man. Periodically.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, watch me. There are times I am telling you I've been at low points in my life, and I told Preedy this. Months ago I said, bro, listen to me. I am at a low point in my life now, but I can add meaning to yours, and that makes me feel good. A lot of times I look myself in the mirror and didn't like the man I see. You understand me? And you have to be real with yourself. So when you say that, you smile. You smile even if your teeth ain't clean. You're looking at yourself in the mirror knowing your teeth ain't clean, but you could still find that strength to smile. It have plenty of people who can't smile, who couldn't smile, who never woke up.
Let me get our next
You
one.
understand
Let me
me?
get our next one. Sometimes, even though you're 4 feet, you had to stand up like you're 6 feet.
Great son. That's right, Preedy. And
Get this next
and
one.
my Preedy is like, wait, how come you're so reverent?
Hear this
tonight,
next
bro?
one. Hear this next one.
I
Hear
like
this next
feeling
one.
up pretty gas tanker.
Hear this next one. Hear this next one. Hear this next one. Even a fish sometimes needs to take a deep breath underwater to save itself from drowning. Call me Confucius. Call me Confucius. Call me Confucius. How bad.
You know what I love about that?
Listen.
How you give your own self that energy.
No, like training. I feel like I training on my whole self. I've been doing the wrong thing. I should have just be writing books and
And
them.
poetry.
I need to listen. David from TTT, you need to call me. I need my show. I need it.
True that.
But on a real, you see that word chain up. Sometimes you really have to chain up yourself. I just say the same
Of
thing.
course.
Sometimes you really
Bring
have
that.
to chain up.
Motivate
Yes,
yourself.
you have to listen. Sometimes you just wake up in the morning in an atmosphere that just pulling you down. The atmosphere is it ain't giving you no gas, nothing. It just pulling you down. It just wants you to stay stagnant because that is what they in.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to sell yourself to the dream. You have to gear up like, listen, I am it. I am that. I is it. And there's nothing that can take it
And
away.
that's a good thing. And hear what? Let me tell you something about the human element. For some reason, somewhere, somehow.
Juice is 6 feet.
Drew is 6 feet. Yeah, Drew.
Yeah.
No high conversation. Here with Drew.
Yeah.
Right. Here is one of the things with the human element. We always look for a reason to be offended. Right? And let me just unpack that for you. Sometimes your day is going good, but you just want to be offended. So all of a sudden you don't like the dress this sister have on. You don't like the way this brother wears hair. You don't like the way he talks. Listen, and we constantly find ways to be offended, and there's no shortage of that. You're always going to be offended. What we need to do is mind our own business, right? Incorporate the things that will make us grow and be the best version of who we want to become, rather than minding other people's business, and stop being so judgmental, because who are you to judge when you yourself okay? Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay? We need to stop being so judgmental as people looking at, because you don't know the road a brother or sister walk. You don't know what they have to deal with. Somebody walking the streets, they're feeling, they may give you a smile, but you just don't know what they are going through.
Yo, and I want to start a close on that. We will get to the music, but I want to start a close on that aspect in terms of we have no choice but to be our brother's keeper. No, it's not about you. It's about what you could do for the other person.
Correct.
And if you
I
in
agree.
that mood, if you feel in that day that you in that mood where your energy is perfect, you had to be able to spread that energy within the circle you in, because it transcends. It has continued to. It's a ripple effect.
Correct.
You know, you ever dealing with somebody who every time you talk to them, they only have sad stories. They only have sad stories. You can give them the best advice, the most help.
Yeah.
You can give them whatever, but they only focusing on that negative. At that point, I used to be like that.
True.
Yeah,
But I'm pretty sorry to interrupt. I don't want to forget this before you go on. Whenever we or you as an individual get offended by something somebody say, always find out, why am I offended by this? Before you jump, just find out, why am I allowing this person to shift my emotions so easily that I'm totally offended by this?
Well, right now the race is for the strong. And the strong is not in physical strength, it's in mental strength. That is what it is. It's in mental strength. And sometimes you're not in a place where the people who you expecting to learn from, they are mentally weak also.
Correct.
So it's something that you had to basically build and grow for yourself. You had to get yourself to that level. And it's not something that you could learn even from this program, you know. Yes, we will talk shit, we will laugh, but even when you go back into your own space, you had to really do it for you. I can't do it for you. You know? It's if you really want to be on that stage, whereas this moment has passed. Not that it will pass. You're sure that every time you go through this moment, it will pass. And that is where the strength is, you know. After every situation, it comes an next. You know, after joy is sorrow, but after joy is sorrow, after sorrow is joy, and then after joy is back to sorrow. It's a continuous cycle. Yeah, boy. Hey, shout out, Chrissy, Greggy. Chrissy, I have a tea for you. I want to give you the award for the most consistent commenter, the most consistent vibes on the live every week you have been here. So I definitely have to organize you. I have a tea for the guy from week before also, but they see what went on in China shipment, so it's slow, so bear with me a little bit, but we definitely will be getting that to you guys. So we want to take a little touch before we leave. We want to touch the music. We just want to run the instrumental. Just run the instrumental and vibe on the music, because David built this on the spot after the session.
Yeah,
this man was just inspired. David started giving me force reasons, the temperature. And the man built it on the spot, and it's a while since I already went into a session where he built something and I freestyled something, and it was just vibes now.
Not no sample thing there.
Yeah man. Shout out here, all the cross chat, all the hail out everybody on the live. Shout out to anybody who not pulling in. Sorry that I missed the majority. Make sure and follow Aloy. Second opinion. Make sure and follow Aloy at Second Opinion. Lot Entertainment. Shout out to City Borders. You see the borders are beautiful. So shout out to Lot Entertainment for giving us that, for stepping up the game. We didn't expect to get to this. So shout out to Lot Entertainment.
And that's why I'm pretty. Don't jump on Second Opinion thinking you'll see a lot of things there. I'm brand new to this. That's something I never really wanted to do before. But you want some advice, you want some guidance in terms of health or anything. Trust me, I'm there to help a brother or sister anywhere else. You know what I mean? That's the deal. Nah, but you can't do that. You can't do that.
I start the engine now.
Yeah. You go ahead.
So this song is called. I ain't said funny song yet. Yeah, run the instrumental. Let me. Vibes. Yeah. It's time to go, it's time to make more music so I can get some money.
Fire in the place.
Yeah, man. What's nice? What's nice?
Yeah, man. I feel like if
Set your mind at ease, 'cause I know it's hard to trust someone just when you've been so many dreams. She said, I know what you want, so don't play those games with me. Baby, you could have it all, but the simple price is love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. She said, give it up to me, and you can get all that you need. Your love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. For me, for me, for me, for me, for me, girl. What I could be, to be.
Oh yes, like this. Oh, that sound like this. What is this, man?
For me, for me, for me, for me, for me, girl. What I could be, to be. Is there a space inside your heart that I could live rent free? She said if you occupy my time, then you have to pay the fee. Sign the contract if you want to read the terms, and if you do agree, it might take eternity. But the simple price is love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. Your love and loyalty. She said give it all to me, and you can get all that you need.
Guys, so I want to thank you for helping me create this, for helping Millbeatz create this.
For real.
We'll be dropping soon. We haven't set a release date yet, but look out for more music. Round of applause for Aloy for joining me.
Well, been some milestones.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Feel the love.
We will be back. Can't say when, but we will be back. There'll be many more lives, different vibes. Shout out for everybody that's enjoyed. I really appreciate. We did something different. Sometimes different is good. So till next time, loyalty.
Guys, next time, peace. We out. Enjoy your night. Music, man. Yo, what?
We gotta make this thing work. We gotta make this thing work. I'm hurt. We gotta make this thing work. We gotta make this thing, yeah. I'm hurt, but we gotta make this thing work. We gotta make this thing work. We'll be fine in time. Not everyone in this life we're fighting for. Is it for fame, financial gain, or just pain? The sky starts love. Cause every fairy tale starts to change up when the good times gone. It could that be real, could that be fake? Reality tough, but you still need love. And I know I hurt you, but how you gonna do me like that? How you gonna do me like that now, baby? Why you gonna do me like that? We came so far. How you gonna do me like that? Cause I hurt you and you do me right back. We came so far, but I guess love hurts sometimes. It just don't work sometimes.